Good evening. Laura Donnelly here with Dancing with Ease, Body Brain Balance. And I wanted to talk about adventures in healing. I know that sounds kind of funny, but a friend of mine posted today in a group, if you look at whatever happens as an opportunity for growth or healing, that is awesome. And it's not always easy. Especially like if a job ends suddenly, if a relationship ends suddenly, it's really hard, especially if you were invested in it and you had imagined a longer future for that relationship, right? Either a personal relationship or a job relationship. If you had imagined that that was going to extend into the future, you have some attachment to the future, to your future idea that you projected of what that would be. And so there is the loss of the immediate thing, and there is the loss of the imagined future endeavors and all that would have gone into that. And so sometimes it's kind of hard to say, oh, well, when one window closes, a door opens somewhere else, or when a door closes somewhere, a window opens somewhere else. Yeah, maybe not in my house today, is sometimes what I say. I'm open to it down the road, but right now, I might need to be angry. Right now, I might need to be sad. Right now, I might need to feel like I can't start again. I can't make another effort in that direction. I can't figure this thing out. All that's okay. And we have talked about feelings in here previously, and I'm trying to organize all these things so I could find the ones that were about feelings, I could find the ones that are about healing, but everything is, for me, everything is on the same wheel. You have this wheel, and you are in the center, and the outside of the wheel, like the wagon wheel, is the things that happen to you. That the wheel rolls down the road, it goes over bumps, it goes into potholes, it does this, it does that. These things echo through the wheel to the center, and our little center can bobble and feel off balance. And there's these spokes that can be modalities for healing. Simple ones like massage, chiropractic, medical doctor medicine, dream healing. I think my friend Ion is coming on Sunday to talk about dream healing. One of my favorite things. It's really awesome. So we have these adventures in healing, and a lot of times we don't even realize we were on an adventure until way down the road. And we said, whoa, if this hadn't happened, I wouldn't have done this, and I wouldn't have gone here, and I wouldn't have gotten to the next place. And you're like, wow, that's pretty amazing. I had no idea. Other times, something can happen, and we can be just at the end of our rope. And we can say, I have tried everything else, and I'm going to do this. This is pretty much what happens with ease, because people are like, well, I did this and I did that. And the whole process of body-brain balance and working with ease in your system, that whole process is not doing something. We talked about this yesterday, right? That if I slump down here and I think, oh, I'm slumped, I hate that, I want to sit up straight, and I move. And can you hear what just happened to my voice? I just moved all the slumping tension to a vertical position, but I didn't do anything to eliminate the tension from the slump. Okay, so if I slump and I notice I'm slumping and I feel this and I feel this kind of pressed in, and I notice that and I say, where feels easier than my chest? And I might say, oh, the back of my shoulder blades feels easier than my chest. Where feels easier than the back of my shoulder blades? It was my elbow. And suddenly I am more vertical and my voice is softer than it was when I was slumped. And it's way softer than, hey, Danita, great to see you. It's way softer than when I pulled myself up into a vertical shape. And see, this doesn't feel good, but I could sit there. Yes, the ease is so awesome. And it seems so simple that it seems like it couldn't possibly work. And it really does. If you got something you want to that you're working on where you would like the ease to show up more in your life, you can PM me. And probably I should send you my phone number. It's just fine. So, healing. This healing. See, so this vertical with ease is a different vertical than the doing vertical. This is an allowing vertical. And what I stopped doing is I stopped slumping. And when I stopped slumping, my vertical showed up. And so this is the kind of subtle difference in this process of body-brain balance from other healing modalities. But the really interesting thing is if I do this scanning for ease and I go to my massage therapist for a massage and I pay attention to ease and she works on me, her massage techniques are twice as effective because my body is at ease and receptive. And I said this too is that if we need to take traditional medicines, if our system is at ease, our body will absorb those medicines more easily. It just works better. Our body works better when all of the dynamic energies inside of it are working together in harmony and not against one another. So this is a real adventure. And if you have done anything a lot, so if you have done a repetitive job, you will have built a certain muscle patterns repetitively, and your body will return to those as a habit because it knows them and it knows how to do them. And they're not always useful. They're when we have a repetitive stress injury, like a wrist thing, a lot of times this is because we have done the same thing too many times with too much tension. Now, our bodies are really versatile and they are made to do hard things, strenuous things, vigorous things, challenging things, and repetitive things. But when we use too much energy, like we stress the joints and we stress the muscles. So finding that balance is tricky. And so how ease helps us to heal physically is that it helps us, like when I was doing the slumping and the stretching up and the just allowing vertical. When I pay attention to ease, fried too many chickens for sure. Yeah, and lifting all those chickens. Yeah. And when we are easy in our bodies, we can heal that repetitive stress habits in our body. And also, when we are at ease, all the blood and the lymph systems work better. So the body can send new material to replace damaged material, damaged muscle, damaged tissue, and it can work more smoothly and easily. So the ease for me in these days helps me not to overdo. Because my tendency, I grew up in the Midwest and, if once is good, 10 times is better. If If you don't do your best every single time, you're not working hard enough. If you don't work hard enough, you might not survive. That's kind of leftover from living on the land that pioneers settled. Those poor people, oh my Lord, those people, they were living in a kind of a life or death situation, and so much was beyond their control. They could have a wonderful crop, and those dadgum grasshoppers could come through and destroy everything. And it's just stressful. So this leads right into gratitude. And it's how an attitude of gratitude and curiosity can help us on the healing path. Now, for one thing, I am seriously grateful that I live in a time when I have glasses. I had glasses a really long time, right? But I used to have contacts, and I was really grateful for those. But now I don't like to wear them. I'm too lazy to put them on. I hate to admit that, but that's my truth. I'm also really glad to live out here in the wide open spaces where I can see the beauty of the landscape. Oh yeah, lazy girl, from inside an air-conditioned car. I gotta tell you, when I imagine what it must have been like to be walking across the plains of Kansas beside a wagon being pulled by some mules or some horses and not seeing anything but grass and grass and grass and sky, and not knowing where you were going to live and not knowing how you were going to make any money. Well, that's interesting. That's also kind of underneath here. It was challenging. And I am so grateful to live in this beautiful environment, but not be living at that time. That has to have been incredibly challenging. So then curiosity. What isn't curiosity? Curiosity is, I wonder what will happen if. So if I have a challenging thing to do, which I do have a couple of tax returns to finish before October 15th. And if I'm like, oh God, I have to finish those tax returns, and suddenly, but if I say, oh, I wonder how quickly I can get those done. I wonder if I can get 2 of them done tomorrow. Would that be fun? And that curiosity opens me up to a different kind of energy. And the dreading energy of, oh my gosh, I have to do this, I have to finish by a certain time. See, oh my gosh, that energy makes everything I need to do more difficult. If I hear that and notice that in my voice, I can say, where's a little bit of ease in my system? That's in my toes. Wonder how that ease in my toes is going to help me finish these taxes. It's a little bit silly, but it lightens the whole energy and allows me to do what I need to do with the right amount of effort instead of too much effort. So when we use too much effort, that's when we hurt ourselves physically and mentally. And then this whole deal, that paying attention to ease is helping yourself heal yourself. And you have that choice all the time. You have that choice to return to the ease in your system. And when you do, it's like getting into the zone or getting into the flow, or also like being in a state of grace where you just are able to make the right move at the right time, to say the right thing to somebody you care about, that just the thing they need to hear at just the time they need to hear it. And this is a choice. We can choose to remember that we live in this state all the time. And that when we get distracted, and when we get angry, and when we get frustrated, and when we get whatever we get, that was also a choice, that we chose to pay attention to the things that move us away from our center. And we can choose to return to center at any time. So the practice of being at ease, of having your body and brain in balance, is an ongoing practice. It's an adventure every day. It's probably an adventure many times a day. And I find it really fun and interesting. So I'm going to be teaching this starting October 19th in a small class that's part of this podcaster's kit that I told you about. Everybody has a story. Everybody uses their voice, pretty much everybody. And it will be the basic introductory principles of using ease in your life on this adventure for healing. And when you do that, your body changes, your mind changes, and you get to be like a little lighter in yourself and a little bit happier. The course is in the podcaster's kit, and it's 75% off normal class prices. And I would love to have you check it out. And Donita says she's on this adventure with me, which I love. She's been here almost every day of the 183 days so far. No, 82? Today's 182. Can't count. The numbers are getting too big for me to count. And if it's something that sounds interesting to you and you would like to explore it, it's a simple way to explore and start this and see if this makes a difference in your life. If it makes a difference, hooray. If it doesn't, it doesn't hurt, which is really great. So take good care of yourselves. Check out the thing. I put the link down there. If you haven't already, join the Healing Path. There's great conversations in there. We'll have more conversations in there. We'll have little coffee chats about life and healing and adventures in healing and adventures in other things. And we can just hang out. So I think I left you bunches of links and things to do and all. And as always, share this if it would help anybody you know. I'll see you tomorrow, because tomorrow will be day 183. Take good care.